Chris, thanks for being with us today on another edition of Heart Talk. Now, I understand that you are a survivor of sudden cardiac arrest.
That's correct.
But your story is a bit unique. So,
Sort of, yeah.
yeah. Do you mind telling us a little bit about that?
Well, yeah, basically, it was filmed
Okay. Wow.
by the BBC for a TV programme called Helicopter Heroes, which is a fly-on-the-wall documentary about the Yorkshire Air Ambulance at the time. Basically, they've been with us about 5 years, so they become part of the family. So we knew them quite well, and I'd say that day of my cardiac arrest, I'm driving to work having a massive MI, massive heart attack, gets into work. The crew are there, they take one look at me and think, oh, we better sort this out. Sat me in a chair, and John was there filming, and he filmed it all on film. Caught everything. From the time that they said, yes, this isn't right, to the time that I went unconscious and not breathing into VF arrest, coming out of it. I mean, that is my memory.
Yeah,
I've got no memory of it, but that is my memory. And John, the cameraman, come to see me because it shocked him so much.
Yeah.
Because he'd been part of the family.
Yeah.
Whereas the guys, James and Lee, they just went straight into action mode.
Yeah.
They were trained to do it. They treated me as another patient, even though I was a colleague of theirs. And like I say, afterwards, at the end of the film, when they were interviewed, you could see the emotion on their faces.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the unique thing.
How was that for you watching it back?
Oh, the first couple of times, or the very first time I watched it was about 4 weeks later, and it was at the get-together of all the air ambulance crew, the paramedics, doctors, the pilots, me as a dispatcher, Dave as a dispatcher, and I just went upstairs into the cutting room for the BBC at the airport where we were based, and it was quite weird actually, because there was not all of them, but the two paramedics, James and Lee, the medical director, the two BBC producers, and a couple of other people sat there, and they're all round me.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw the first bit where I went down on the floor and James did the precordial thumb, I went like that. And they all went, "Are you all right, Chris?"
Yeah.
And I went, "Yeah, I'm fine, no problem at all, I'm fine." And I think then to them, they thought, he doesn't realise it's him.
Yeah, okay.
And that's what happened. For the first couple of times, I didn't realise it was me. When it went out on the TV the first time, again, didn't realise it was me. My family had watched it by this time. They were okay with it. My colleagues at work, most of them were watching it, and of course, as soon as it finished, the phone went, and they're all going, that was so emotional.
Yeah.
And all this.
Yeah.
Third time it went out, that's when it hit me.
Okay.
And for the first year after that, I was doing talks, because by then I'd been invited to come to San Diego in 2010, where they showed it, and of course I got up on stage, and for the first time in front of an audience of about 500-600 people, and I just lost it.
Yeah.
Literally. Not just me though, some in the audience did as well.
Yeah.
And about a year or so later, by this time I'd seen it about 6-7 times, somebody came up to me and said something that triggered me, and as if to say, do you know what, I'm going to use this as my therapy.
Okay.
And ever since then, I've got so used to it,
Yeah.
I take the mick out of it.
Really?
Basically, I take the mick out of it. I take the mick out of myself. And sometimes we show the film footage before I've even been introduced.
Okay.
So people see, I do a lot of talks with other ambulance services for community first responders. So I'll go in my uniform.
Yeah.
So they think I'm part of the ambulance service there. Some of them do say, is it, isn't it? But as soon as they see that and then I get introduced, they go, what?
Yeah.
And so I get up and talk, and some of the first thing that happens is, oh, you're not as tall in real life then, are you? So I say, hang on a minute. So I just lie on the floor. I say, is that better? So that's my way of starting and breaking the ice.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, I think you talking too about how it can be therapy for you, because I think as we have these conversations, that's one thing that comes up, is that it doesn't just stop at being discharged from the hospital, right? It continues on.
Yeah.
And how have you dealt with that in other ways? How has it changed your life as far as, you know, maybe what your mission or things that you're trying to accomplish?
It's changed me. My lifestyle's changed.
Okay.
I don't drink anymore. I don't smoke anymore. I eat differently to what I did beforehand. I mean, I eat more healthily now than what I did beforehand. I don't do microwave meals. Very rare. If I do anything that needs to go in microwave, I've cooked it first.
Okay.
And then
prepared it
and all that lot. As for doing other things, when I go out and do my talks, that's my way of giving back and saying thank you. That's my therapy on that. From a hospital point of view or medical point of view, I had a bit of help for the first year after it, the rehab and all this lot. But after that, you're thrown on the pile. You forgot about people who see me might say, oh, is he all right and all this lot. They might think because of the way that I'm talking about my cardiac arrest and showing it, a bit weird that, ain't it?
For you being a survivor, what was some wisdom maybe that you would want to instill to people who just survived, or people who maybe aren't sure where to go or what resources are available?
There are a lot of resources online. They can search for it. They can go in and say cardiac arrest survivors or stuff like that, or put in Sudden Cardiac Arrest Association or Sudden Cardiac Arrest Foundation in America. There's a new one that I've just heard about, that HeartTalk, that do a lot for survivors and co-survivors. In the UK, we've only got our group. There's no other groups in the UK. So if you want to join ours, that's the only one that I know of that you can join. And we're there to help. On the UK one, we put a load of files on there as well. So there's a load of stuff that we've looked and found out, or we've produced ourselves. Say, right, read that. That might help you. And then every year they have an annual get-together. So, I mean, I couldn't go this year because I was coming here. But they had an annual show called Survive and Thrive. And I think there was about 200 survivors there.
Oh, wow.
Which is great, because if we'd have done the world record attempt then, that would have broke it again. But like I say, and that's another thing, when we get together in UK and we did that, we decided, right, let's do something fun. I've upsailed down buildings. I've walked across the O2 in London. And like I say, I've upsailed down where the Olympic Park is. They've got this thing that you can go down either in the slide or up. So I've upsailed down that, and then the year after that, we decided to go for a world record. Largest gathering of cardiac arrest survivors in one building, and we still hold it to this day.
Really?
And that was it's what, 2018, so it's 5 years now. We don't think anybody will beat it.
It was 200?
No, there was 127 at the time.
That's a lot, though, to have in one space. Well, for you, I mean, you've done, like you said, talks and gone places, but what's next for you? What's something that you're hoping to accomplish?
I've been given that second chance, so I'm just going to take it each day as it comes. I've got 4 lovely grandkids now. 2 of them weren't even born when I had my arrest, so I've seen 2 of them grow up. But now I've got 4 lovely grandkids to have fun with and take on holiday. I've got my wife and my 2 kids. So it's just a case of just taking each day as it comes. That's all I can say. And that's all I do. Just take it easy.
No, it's really
Don't
true.
Go and do something really stupid. Just relax.
Well, like you said, it is a gift, and we're very happy to have you with us, and thank you for taking the time to share your story with us.
My pleasure.
Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it.
No, my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.